Folks in. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to TRS-80 Trash Talk Live number 42. First one of the year 2025. We haven't done these in a while. I think, when was our last show, guys? Was it December or November?
Think it was November.
I think so, right? I think I'd scheduled one for December and then I had to cancel it for some reason. But yeah, so it's been a while. So I thought we should have another one and catch up on what's been going on in the TRS-80 Tandy retro computing community. We don't have our usual MC, Mav, with us today. He is busy at a vintage computer event in Melbourne, Australia. And I have a suspicious feeling he's also attending the Formula One Grand Prix, which is in Melbourne as well this weekend. So enjoy it, Mav. We'll see you next time. All right, so I'm going to start the festivities off tonight. I actually have a few things to discuss and talk about. Just first quickly, so what have I been doing since November? Not a whole lot. So I think it was January, I did present on the Tandy Retro Show. I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but you can download the video and watch the video out there, where I did a presentation of my Tandy 10. So I gave a overview of the history of the Tandy 10, and then I gave like an in-depth uh, visual tour of the Tandy 10 that I have in my garage, mentioning, my plans to get it up and running sometime this year. So we'll see if that happens. But if you're at all interested in check it out, the Retro Show. I also created a Tandy 10 Facebook group, in hopes that I'll find another Tandy 10 out there, another Tandy 10 owner, at least one more. So we will see what happens there. It's a wonderful, uh, rare piece of computing history and very interesting little part of the early days of Tandy computing. So I find it very fascinating. I'm going to share my screen here. Give me 1 second. The right screen. You guys seeing anything shared?
The
Yeah, I
Tandy
can see.
assembly webpage.
Awesome. That's what I wanted to share. So I want to talk about Tandy Assembly. Yes, Tandy Assembly is happening again in 2025, September 26th to September 28th. The page is now open. Exhibitor registration is open. Sponsors, we're calling for sponsors. We're looking for speakers. So it's at the usual place in Springfield, Ohio. Uh, and, start sending in your exhibit registrations. We already have quite a few, a handful. We got myself, we got Ian Maverick, Arno Puder and Matt Boyton are going to be there again. And Verana is going to be there again, selling a lot of his computers. Very dangerous for me to be around Kenneth because I'll probably buy something, and I really don't have room to buy another computer. But he always has really interesting computers. Last year I bought a working Tandy 2000 from him with the CM1, which was a real treat for me to buy. So Matt Massey's going to be there. We also have Scott Toenson, who hasn't been there before. He's going to be displaying his collection. So we got some new people showing up. I'm sure a lot of the regulars are going to show up. So make sure you get your exhibit registration in early. Last year we did sell out all the tables. So this year, because we have the limited space, at least initially, we're saying only one table per exhibitor. If we have any tables left near, closer to the show event, then we'll allow some people to have two tables. But we want to make sure we don't sell out and have any exhibitors not being able to exhibit that we wanted to, like we did last year. So it's a blessing and a curse, right? So it's a blessing that we can fill the house, but we want everybody that wants to participate to be able to participate. So and we're going to have the usual tech track on Friday. None of the classes have been defined yet. If you are interested in speaking or teaching about a certain topic that you specialize in the Tandy computing arena, please get in touch with us. Happy to have you fill in one of the slots as a teacher. It's a great way of educating the community about Tandy TRS-80 technology. And speakers, if you want to speak, not teach a class, but just speak about a certain topic, we're more than welcoming to everyone who wants to talk about your favorite topic and nerd out on whatever part of Tandy computing, from the Coco to the Tandy PCs. You want to talk about pocket computers, we're all in for it. So yeah, sign up and come soon. George, you going to be there this year?
Not looking likely, I think.
Not looking likely. Okay. Eric, I know you're going to be there, right? Yeah, Eric will be there. All right. One other thing I
Oh,
wanted to,
sorry, I didn't
Yep.
realize I was muted. Yes, I'll be there.
yeah, I hope so. Anybody else in the call planning on attending?
If I can get closer around it, like when I get to work and stuff, hopefully you can hear me. I'm hopefully gonna try to get up there, try to get a rental car and not put so many miles on my truck. But yeah, I'm hoping to be there.
Great. It'll be great to see you again, Joe.
I will also be there.
Marcel, yeah, okay, great, good. One other item I wanted to talk about was VCF East, because I will be exhibiting at VCF East, so I thought I'd talk about it. And that's going to be April 4th and 6th, 4th through the 6th, sorry, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be at the Info Age Science Center in Walton, New Jersey, on the old military base. And my exhibit is up on the exhibits list. I think they're all full. They've sold all the tables again. So where's my listing? Here it is. And I'm going to talk about this after we talk about VCFEs. TRS-80 expansion interfaces. It'll be a display of the many of the expansion interface peripherals available for the TRS-80 Model 1 computer, including the Tandy expansion interfaces, as well as many third-party options. So I think I am the only Tandy exhibit, so I am representing again for the community. So I'm proud to be there, and I will represent all of us with honor and dignity. And I will spread the Tandy TRS-80 the word to others and get the word out there. But it's a great event. It's a lot different. If you haven't been to VCF East, it has a different vibe from a lot of the other VCFs. It doesn't take place like at a hotel in a ballroom like most of the others do. It's on this old military base, and it takes place in different buildings, and you kind of have to walk between the buildings. As long as the weather's nice, it's really good. When the weather's not great, it's a little bit of a downer. But yeah, so it has that different vibe, and to me, it's more. I always, because it was my first vintage computer festival, it always feels like what a vintage computer festival should be like. I can't explain it better than that. But so I really enjoy it. A lot of people show up. It gets really packed. They have a big consignment area where you can sell or buy computers. I bought a bunch of Tandy PCs there last year. I'll probably be selling some stuff this year. We'll see. And you can see all the exhibits they have. They have tons of speakers. Really fantastic show. So try to get to VCF East if you can. And if you do, come see me. Now, the last thing I want to do, and I am going to sign in on my phone here. I want to show you what I'm going to be exhibiting. Some of what I'm going to be exhibiting. Okay. Let's see.
Recording in progress.
Okay. clean lists. All right, can you guys hear me?
Getting an echo effect.
Yes.
Is this any better? Let's see if I can grab the screen here. Is the echo effect gone or is it still?
It's gone.
It's
Yeah,
gone.
it's gone now.
What? Second, now I gotta figure out how to swap this TV screen on the phone. Start video. You still see my browser?
Yes, with the VCF East list.
Okay. I'm gonna end, I don't want to do that.
Stop sharing on your desktop and start sharing on your phone.
I can try that. One second.
Now we can see your camera.
And now you can see my beautiful face. Okay.
That's a lovely gray-haired Sylvie.
All right, here we go. All right, so these are my expansion interfaces that I'm going to be presenting at the show. So I'm just going to walk through them. So we're obviously we're going to have. So today, this weekend was all about finding the expansion interfaces in my workshop and off my shelves, and then the next 2 weekends are going to be about actually getting them to work. So I have some working exhibits. So obviously, I'm going to have the TRS-80 Radio Shack expansion interface, and I'm going to have one of each. I'm going to have the later version. I'm also going to have the early version with all the bugs and the donkey dick cable. I'm going to have an Exatron MM1 expansion interface down here. And was the one sold by Exatron that worked with the screen floppy. Screen floppy would plug in here, plug this in into your Model 1. It would also work with the TC8, the high-speed cassette interface that was put out also, not by Exatron. I'm going to have a system expansion 2. This was the one put out by LNW. LNW sold an expansion interface. I have the bare one over here. So they primarily sold it as a kit early on, so you could build this board in the kit. So this I got from somebody who had sort of a homebrew build. They just built it on a metal panel, built their own power supply. But essentially, it had the memory, it had the RS-232 interface, it had the printer, it had the floppy disk controller board here. It had a dual cassette output. And then later on, they actually packaged up the board and they sold it as a packaged product. They call it the System Expansion 2. This is basically the unit that had that same expansion interface board in it. So we'll be having that on display. We'll have the Holmes Mainframe 2 expansion interface. This is actually my favorite of all the expansion interfaces. I'll just briefly open up and show you there. What I like about this expansion interface is that it has pluggable boards. So it has 4 slots, and they had all sorts of different features that you could plug and load. So you could sort of build your expansion interface a la carte with this one. And this particular unit has the RS-232, a V32 memory upgrade, and the floppy controller, which also has the parallel for the printer on it. A really neat card that they offered for this one was an 80-column video board. So you could get 80-column video on your Model 1. I do not have that. If you know where one exists, please let me know, and I will do my darndest to obtain it. And then, I think that's all oh no. I have an MDX2 expansion interface as well. I don't have that, but that was another third-party expansion interface board. Had all the usual advantages. It had the 32K RAM of memory, it had the floppy controller, it had the printer board. The one thing that the MDX2 had that I don't think any of the others had was a built-in modem. And you can see this homebrew case that somebody built. He has telephone jacks on the side to access the built-in modem. So that's another expansion interface I'll be bringing. So I don't have every expansion interface. There are a few I don't have, and a Lobo made an expansion interface, and then it was the Micromint. Actually, Mike Llewellyn, who's going to be at the show, is going to bring his Micromint to allow me to put on my display. So my display, I'll have almost everyone. I think the only one I won't have is the Lobo. So, but yeah, that's going to be my VCF East display. So come and see it. All right, I'm going to head back.